Hi, Tia, Matthew, Marissa, Luke, and I, in Group 5, have developed a proposal to support Montgomery County Science Day's funding initiative. You may wonder why Montgomery County Science Day, such an important educational initiative for our students in the Dayton area, would possibly have a funding problem, but they do. It is staffed by volunteers and supports students in their opportunities to get scholarships, take a trip in ISIP, and then provide an opportunity to learn more about science and the scientific method. The cost of all of this, $32,000, and they've been in a deficit lately. We need to come up with a way to make the prominence, visibility, funding, and educational understanding of the Science Day more visible for the Dayton community. And we've developed just that plan. So who do we need to target first of all? Well, first of all, businesses, large and small. They need to be aware that when they complain about students nowadays and their workers not being educated in what they need them to be educated in, this is an opportunity to do something rather than just say that they need something done. What can they do? They can support young people who are learning science and math and are interested in it, and they can also make them aware of the opportunities in their industry so that they get their future interns and employees that they need. How can they do that? They can volunteer at Montgomery County Science Day, but they can also support with corporate sponsorships. Next, we have so many wonderful research institutes in the Dayton area. They can support students with by being judges and also providing internships for these students, an opportunity for learning. Teachers and students throughout the Dayton area, retired teachers and students in our universities could also volunteer at Montgomery County Science Day as well as be judges. Dayton is a wonderful area to live if you're interested in science and technology. We have three outstanding events in the Dayton area. Tech Fest is held in February and is sponsored by Sinclair University. Montgomery County Science Day is held in March and sponsored by University of Dayton. And finally, the Science Olympiad is held around May and is sponsored by Wright State University. We wonder if you have three such fantastic events, why don't they join forces? If they join forces and become a triad of outstanding science events, they can share marketing expenses. They can share volunteers. They can share connections with the various industries in the Dayton area and therefore make it easier for all of them to develop it. So our first objective is to increase the visibility of Montgomery County Science Day. Gloria Hardy and the volunteers are working hard on the website. They are improving it, making it more interactive. They understand there's too much text. We need direct links to corporate sponsors. We need an online form for sponsors and volunteers. We have so many secure ways of payment nowadays, PayPal, Vimeo. Make the form right online and let them pay right online while their thought is there. Videos from students in the past. Well, we've had a rough time getting those, according to Gloria Hardy, but what could we do instead? Maybe go to the companies that are supporting Montgomery County Science Day, that are using interns that have participated in the Science Day in the past, and have them do the videos. Maybe the company could give them an hour of paid intern time to be interviewed for these videos and put them on their website. We could feature the business of the month. We could also take out an ad in the Dayton Business Journal and feature those businesses who have donated to Montgomery County Science Day. And we could also have direct links to Tech Fest and the Science Olympiad. Between all three events, we need to start thinking of it as a triad of science events. Make the prominence of all three of them better in the Dayton area. We need a hashtag. It's the thing. MCSD. Stream events, stream opportunities. Have students talk about what they're doing. Talk about their projects. Talk about their excitement about going. And then stream all that on the website. We can also have WHIO interview Gloria Hardy. She has been passionate about this Montgomery County Science Day, volunteering her time on top of her full-time job. I think that passion will come through on television, and people will become better aware of Montgomery County Science Day and what they can do for them. Start a LinkedIn page. LinkedIn page will allow you to seek volunteers right from LinkedIn. We need a Facebook page with a fundraising total as well as an event link to it. Click that I'm going so that everybody else in the area knows, or ask questions. What is that? Should I go? Develop an identifiable logo and slogan. MCSD is something that all of us in science, we know what it is, but other people may not. There may be lots of people in our community, especially people who have come in with the Air Force, that may have no idea what it is because they don't know Montgomery County. We need to make it identifiable as a science event. So what can we do? Well, we could hire a graphic designer, but they might be expensive. We could hire a student at one of our fine universities here and ask them to develop it. But you know what the new thing is? Crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing logos on the internet. Make it a competition. We could even charge a small fee to allow you to submit your design of a logo. You know, instructional designers, graphic designers, they all need portfolios. They'd probably pay some money to get to submit a design because that way, if theirs was chosen, that goes in their portfolio, advertisement for them for the future. Next, we need to increase the prominence of Montgomery County Science Day in the Dayton area. How are we going to do that? We need a board of directors. When I talked to people at the Dayton Coalition, that was the first thing they said. They would worry about any nonprofit that doesn't have a board of directors. We need one. We need to go and look at the businesses who have donated in the past and solicit volunteers to be our board of directors. That will give us direct contacts to the businesses, the movers and shakers in the Dayton community. They will also allow us to see who else is there in the community. They'll have connections, and they can use those connections to increase donation. In addition, that will allow our board of directors from Montgomery County Science Day to interact with the boards from Tech Fest and the Science Olympiad, and they can all work together and come up with ways that they can make the prominence of all three events more, as well as sharing know-how and resources. Finally, many companies give a paid day off for their employees. We need to make them aware that this is a great volunteering opportunity for their employees' paid day off. You know, they get some science education, plus they help the community. So how are we going to increase funding? Well, first of all, we're going to share marketing expenses with Tech Fest and the Science Olympiad. We're going to use our online presence. We're expanding it. We've got a hashtag now, a LinkedIn, Facebook page, and a website, all of them together. We're going to increase connections with the leaders of the area businesses, with our board of directors. We're going to tap into the funding sources of Tech Fest and Science Olympiad. So who are these people? Well, I looked, and Mateel Foundation, Peerless Technology, Emerson Technology, Cargill, Boonshops Museum of Discovery, Adair Pharmaceuticals, on and on. They're all people that Tech Fest people and Science Olympiad people already know about. Let's use their know-how. Let's see if we can find out who their connections are and tap into the same sources. Next, why don't we let these businesses set up booths in the atrium of Montgomery County Science Day for a large fee, of course. What will they get out of it? Well, they'll be able to market their businesses. You know, frequently when somebody tells me they're going into healthcare, I ask them, what's your plans? Doctor, nurse. Seems to be the only options they can think of because it's all they've been exposed to. But for all of our companies out there that are doing manufacturing and engineering and technology, exposing what they do and how interesting it is and the projects they're working on to these students may allow these students to be more directed in their majors in college and then provide the future interns and employees for these companies in the future. We could have a raffle of a door prize. We could offer opportunities to sponsor different groups of students. So if I was mechanical engineering, for example, instead of asking people to donate to Montgomery County Science Day, how about if I ask them to donate to sponsor everybody competing in the mechanical engineering section of Montgomery County Science Day? Maybe even set up a competition between mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. Who's going to send the ISEF winner? So prominence, visibility, funding, and educational support. Our proposal covers them all. Gloria Hardy and the volunteers at Montgomery County Science Day have done a remarkable job with the tools that they have. But they need help from who? Us in the Dayton community. We have no doubt if we follow these methods and increase the visibility and prominence of Montgomery County Science Day in the area, funding will follow.